Hello Manchester fans. Welcome to the channel with today's updates. Paul Pogba to Manchester United? Latest transfer rumors and possible destinations. Since returning from his drug ban, French World Cup winner Paul Pogba has been linked with several clubs, sparking speculation about his next move. Pogba was released by Juventus in November last year after it was announced his 4-year drugs ban had been shortened considerably. Since then, a number of clubs have been lining up for his services, with others linking him with a return to former club Manchester United. According to reports in the UK, Ruben Amorim is said to be an admirer of the midfielder and has been keeping tabs on his situation. The player even spent some time training with the club as the end of his ban approached. However, due to Pogba being 32 years old, a move back to United seems unlikely. Under Ineos, United have prioritizing signing younger players. At 25 years old, Dutch defender Matthijs de Ligt is the oldest player the club have signed since Jim Ratcliffe's company took part ownership of the Premier League giants. However, this hasn't stopped Louis Saha from calling on his former club to take Pogba back. "I would take Paul Pogba back at Manchester United in a heartbeat. It's not only because of the squad that we have now with injuries and all that, but for all the elements that he brings as a player," Saha said when speaking to the best betting sites. "We need guarantees, we need quality, we need confidence, we need leadership, and this guy now has an opportunity to show how much he wants it." Pogba can show he has the ability to be one of the best in the league in this position, especially with the motivation and the focus that he has to understand where he can improve and what parts of his game he needs to adapt. Pogba too is unlikely to happen, though. In recent weeks, Pogba has been in the United States, where he has been attending Major League Soccer games. He was seen watching Los Angeles FC last week and was also earlier seen with David Beckham, the owner of Inter Miami, where Lionel Messi currently plays. He could also end up in the cash-rich Saudi Pro League, where he has a number of suitors. Viktor Osimhen to Man United transfer update amid Viktor Gyokeres' uncertainty on the list. Manchester United have been linked with strikers Viktor Osimhen and Viktor Gyokeres as they look to solve their goal-scoring issues. Manchester United have been handed an update on Viktor Osimhen as the Reds look to bolster their attacking options this summer. Ruben Amorim's side have scored just 37 goals after 29 games in the Premier League this season, with strikers Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee netting just 14 times for the Reds across all competitions. United's problems up front have contributed to their low league position of 13th. United have been linked with several strikers to cure their goal-scoring problems, including Napoli's Osimhen on loan at Galatasaray this season and Sporting CP's Viktor Gyokeres. Reds boss Ruben Amorim worked with Gyökeres at Sporting, and it was thought that might entice the Swedish striker to join him at Old Trafford. United have been linked with several strikers to cure their goal-scoring problems, including Napoli's Osimhen on loan at Galatasaray this season and Sporting CP's Viktor Gyokeres. Reds boss Ruben Amorim worked with Gyökeres at Sporting, and it was thought that might entice the Swedish striker to join him at Old Trafford. "At the moment, I'm not aware of concrete talks taking place for Osimhen to Manchester United," Romano said. "He is on the list, but that is the same for more strikers. There is nothing advanced at this stage." United opted not to sign a striker this January, something Amorim previously admitted was a risk. The Portuguese did, however, admit that their stance will be revisited this summer. "What I feel is the club is taking its time," he said. "We know the urgency of the moment for the team, but everybody here doesn't want to make the same mistakes of the past. In the summer we will see, but like I said, we are being really careful with transfers because we did some mistakes in the past. We are fighting for our jobs until the summer, and I am just focused on these games. I think this is a moment that is hard to turn things around in just a few games. It's going to be like that really hard until the end of the season, so we are taking that risk you talk about. We want a different thing in the team, different profiles, and that is my decision to do that, so we are taking some risks, but it is the way we want to proceed. We want to win some games, and I'm always complaining to improve the players. I want certain type of players with a different profile, and we are changing right away. I knew when I chose this profession that you have the risk of results, and I knew when I came here, I looked at the schedule, I looked at the team, and my decision changing everything in the middle of the season without new signings was a danger for a coach. But I have a clear idea of what I want to do, and I take these risks because, in the end, it's going to pay off. But I'm not naive, I have." Ruben Amorim pushing Man United to sign unstoppable goal machine. Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim is keen on a reunion with Viktor Gyokeres, according to the Italian media, but Chelsea are a major threat, while the chances of Joshua Zirkzee leaving at the end of the season have also been analyzed. One of the areas that Man United are keen on strengthening in the summer transfer window is attack. Rasmus Højlund is only 22 and has been linked with an exit from Old Trafford, having managed just 24 goals in 82 matches in all competitions for the Red Devils. Xerxes is not a natural number 9 and is himself relatively young at the age of 23. Team Talks transfer correspondent Fraser Fletcher reported on March 18 that Man United are keen on signing a new striker this summer. Ipswich Town star Liam Delap is a target for the Red Devils, while Viktor Osimhen, now on loan at Galatasaray from Napoli, is also a player that Man United like. Fraser Fletcher reported on March 14 that Man United are pursuing Gyökeres, and it has now emerged that Red Devils boss Amorim is personally keen on a deal for the Sporting CP striker. Amorim worked with Gyökeres at Portuguese giant Sporting and, according to Calcio Mercato, the Man United boss is pushing to bring the Sweden international striker to Old Trafford. Described by his former Swansea City and Coventry City teammate Jake Bidwell as an unstoppable striker who plays with aggression in the Manchester Evening News in November 2024. The 26-year-old has scored 40 goals and given 10 assists in 41 appearances already this season. While Man United would love to have Gyökeres in their team from next season, Calcio Mercato has revealed that Chelsea could challenge their Premier League rivals for the Swedish star, who scored 43 goals and gave 15 assists in 50 matches in all competitions last season. The report has noted that Chelsea have already agreed deals to sign Giovanni Quenda and Dario Esugo from Sporting, with the latter currently on loan at Las Palmas. Interestingly, Amorim wanted Quenda at Man United, but it was Chelsea who managed to convince the player and Sporting to do a deal with them instead. Trusted journalist Fabrizio Romano also recently revealed the fee that any club, including Man United, would have to pay for Gyökeres. It is less than his release clause. Romano noted on his YouTube channel, "For Viktor Gyokeres you should not follow the release clause anymore. The release clause is €100 million, that's the official contract, but there is a pact between the player, agents and Sporting directly with the president to let Viktor Gyokeres leave in the summer for a different transfer fee. So not €100 million, £83.9 million, which was the fee in January, but in the summer to respect the player who accepted to stay at Sporting for one more season, 2024-25. And to stay in January despite Ruben Amorim leaving, the price will be different. It will be a package worth around €65 million to €75 million, £54.5 million to £62.9 million, based on payment terms. Add. Manchester United boss in talks over new contract. Manchester United's struggles this season have extended beyond just their position in the Premier League table. The club parted ways with Erik ten Hag earlier in the campaign, with Ruben Amorim stepping in to lead a side that has failed to meet expectations. A series of underwhelming results, inconsistency in performances, and a lack of clear direction have left fans frustrated. The managerial change was one of many moves from Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos as they attempt to bring stability back to Old Trafford. Their approach is focused on long-term planning, in order to ensure that the club regains its competitive edge across all levels. But while the men's side faces uncertainty, the women's team is moving in a different direction. On that front, the club is holding talks over a new contract for their longest-serving manager in the Women's Super League. Mark Skinner in talks over multi-year deal. Mark Skinner's tenure has been a period of major growth. United are now firmly established as part of an expanded top four rather than an outsider looking in. A run of 7 straight WSL wins was only recently halted by Liverpool, as well as just 2 league defeats all season underlines the progress made. Speaking to Sky Sports, Mark Skinner expressed his commitment to continuing the project, stating, "I've never been more sure. Every win, every loss makes me more convinced. I'll know when it's time. I want to win things here. I want to compete in the Champions League. I want to keep pushing standards of training. The fire is there." The club holds an option to extend his contract, with discussions underway about activating it alongside a potential longer deal. "We've got unfinished business," he added, reinforcing his belief that there is still more to achieve. Skinner looking to achieve long-term success. United remain in what he calls the pushing space, battling Arsenal and Manchester City behind champions Chelsea. While Chelsea looks set to retain their title, maintaining momentum remains crucial. His philosophy is built on sustainability rather than quick fixes. You should never just throw money at things, you have to build the structure and foundations. We're building for longevity. Results back up his methods, with United holding the WSL's best defensive record while also making attacking improvements. The cautious nature of his style may divide opinion, but the club's trajectory is clear. After last season's fifth-place finish, changes were needed. The response has been impressive, turning a period of instability into a platform for success. Now, the focus shifts to securing his future as he aims to take United from top 4 regulars to genuine title contenders.